This is a 3-round fight for the Bellator Fighting Championship featherweight division. And now, introducing the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man holding a professional record of 9 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw and 1 no contest. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. Weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of Italy, ladies and gentlemen, presenting Luca Puggioni. Fighting out of the red corner, this man holding a professional record of 3 wins, 1 loss and 2 draws. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds, fighting out of Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Danyel Pilo.
I think at this point they're all Italians. We're supposed to say what region or city they're from.
I agree. Give them a little regional love.
Give them a little regional love. A little love for the city.
All right, featherweight action. Luca Puggioni in the black tights with the white trim. Danyel Pilo in the black tights with the red highlights. He's got the red tape on his gloves as well.
Both guys eager to come out.
Luca, sei pronto? Daniel, sei pronto? Fight!
We are underway. Both guys in the right-handed stance.
Yeah, featherweight division. They said both guys look like well put together featherweights here. Pilo takes the center of the cage early. Hands high for Pilo. Fires out the jab.
It's with a nice back 1-2. It is Pilo. And
Little
left
kick there as well. Oh, nice little kick there for Puggioni.
That was a great right kick. Right at the perfect distance, too.
Puggioni, the more compact fighter, definitely has the big thighs there. I'm sure he generated a lot of power in that low kick.
You know, Luca from the outside keeps his hands up, but as he comes into range and he gets ready to strike, he's dropping his hands a little bit. Whereas Pilo's keeping his hands high, good defense. As he's coming in, his hands are going higher.
Yeah, great point. Pilo's got the chin tuck, hands high, more of a traditional approach.
And Luca watches, he comes in, his hands come down a little bit.
Nice low kick there for Pilo.
Oh! Nice uppercut hook combo from Luca Puggioni.
Yeah, I like the way he picked out that angle there. That was sharp.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Pilo, though, staying compact.
Ooh, nice little taekwondo front kick from the left leg. Looked like Luca was trying to set up a spin kick there as he was stepping across with his lead foot, cross him up.
You mentioned that kind of karate style. Now that now that we see the stance really wide open, I think that has a lot to do with those lower hands that he has. It is more of a kind of a karate approach to it.
And if you watch Crow Cop style, he's crossing his feet. When you walk and cross your feet like that, it's a definite tell that you're trying to set up a spin kick, which is never a bad thing. That's what you have to do.
Pilo walking forward again, keeping hands high, the chin tucked.
Very, very textbook, technical, stance, hands, the way he composes himself. Whereas Luca looks to be a little bit more wild, like you said, crossing his feet, hands are down, a little bit more unorthodox. Definitely a clash of styles on the feet.
The lead leg of Puggioni already a little bit marked up from those low kicks. See the reddening already.
You can definitely tell both guys have a lot of mutual respect for each other. They're both trying to set something up, don't want to just come rushing in, get caught on the chin like we've seen in previous fights tonight. Good composure by both men.
Pilo trying to change levels a little bit, seeking an angle. Giving chase right now. Puggioni happy to spin on the outside, deliver those big shots. Boy, he sets and throws with power.
Yeah, that was really nice. He sat down that right hand real well. Now he switches to the southpaw stance, looking to throw that left body kick to the open side. on Pilo.
You said it, Mike. I mean, the footwork that he has, not the traditional footwork, but when he sets, I mean, he really does sit down on it.
Yeah, definitely. And Pilo, when you have that really textbook, conventional stand-up style and position, you need to throw more feints to get a guy to open up, because you can kind of see everything coming from your hands being that close. You got to throw some feints, get the guy moving and reacting so you can get some strikes off of your own.
Great point. Puggioni needs to open up a little bit, or excuse me, is open up on the little bit, so wait for Pilo to open up a little bit.
Now both guys are a little bit tentative, little afraid to open up. You know, part of fighting is you do got to take chances. You're not out to please the crowd, but you know, you can't go through a fight without taking any risks.
No doubt. 50 seconds left in this opening round. Pilo's been controlling the center of the cage, but I feel like when the shots are landing, it's Puggioni that's really doing more damage.
Yeah, definitely. Puggioni comes crashing in on a takedown, doesn't get it.
Big left hand as they separate from Puggioni. Interesting clash of styles here. It really is kind of a technical striking matchup between two strikers with very different approaches.
You know, and that was a fairly even round, but you know, with Pilo stuffing that takedown, stuffing 2 takedowns now, you got to give the edge to him. You know, he's starting to edge out this round off defense.
Battle in the clinch here in the final seconds. See if anybody can leave a lasting impression in the judges' minds.
Puggioni doing a good job flanking across the legs to prevent Pilo from getting any knees off as we come to a close.
So round ends there. So you like Pilo too? Because I got to say, I like Puggioni's power. I feel like, I mean, it's interesting. Pilo was controlling the center of the cage. You're right. He did defend the takedowns as well. But I feel like maybe he just didn't let his hands go enough to win the round. So to me, I like Puggioni with the shots that he did land, but maybe you're leaning the other direction.
Yeah, you know, I like the way Puggioni started the round, got off that nice taekwondo push kick, that good up hook combo, but like you said, Pilo started to control the center. He landed more leg kicks, and you can see that Puggioni was trying to steal the round with a couple takedowns. Pilo defended him, and to me, as a judge, if I was a judge, I would sway that in Pilo's favor by effortlessly stuffing his takedowns, circling off, and actually putting him on the fence. But we do have a close round.
So I'll tell you what that means is that neither one of these corners can feel good about their guy having that round, and they've probably got to tell him in between, listen, we don't know where that's at.
No, and I can see why Pilo maybe hasn't opened up as much as when you're going against a guy that's unorthodox like Luca. He, you know, it's tough to open up. He's doing weird things. He's trying to grab your hand, taekwondo kicks, crossing his feet. It definitely throws you through a loop, and it's hard to find guys to train for. It's hard to find partners to emulate Luca Puggioni.
All right, so featherweight action here at Venator SC3. Round 1 is in the books. We're torn on it. Judges might be as well. Luca Puggioni in the black tights with the white highlights. Meanwhile, Danyel Pilo in the black and red. And now Pilo stepping it up.
Immediately, Pilo is walking him down, definitely controlling what we like to call the outer, you know, in the UFC we call it the inner octagons, when you control a guy in the center. He's trying to push him outside of that, put his back on the fence, keep him on the defense. Ooh.
Well, I like Puggioni's creativity when he strikes.
Puggioni says, go ahead and circle that way. I'm going to catch you with the wheel kick.
Pilo really trying to step up the pressure. So he's moving forward a lot faster, committing, firing out that jab.
And you know, the way that he moves forward like that, that is the best takedown, or that is the best defense for wheel kicks, as he gets caught on the chin maybe.
There's that left hand there from Puggioni. He just comes from such bizarre angles, it's hard to see it.
Yeah, it definitely is. He's throwing a lot of tricky little strikes out there at Pilo.
Oh, nice low kicks there from Pilo.
Yeah, like I was saying, the best way to stop someone's spin kicks is you got to crash the distance.
You see Puggioni trying to stay on the outside. He likes that range so he can throw those creative techniques. Pilo trying to stay in tight, really picking up the pressure.
Yeah, Pilo needs to move his head a little more too. That's where else you're going to get caught. If you get caught standing still for a second with no head movement, that's when those wheel kicks are going to land. That's when that tricky uppercut hook combo from that off angle, that's when it's going to land. Got to get your head moving.
Battling up against the cage right now. It's Puggioni defending against the fence. Again, Pilo has been controlling the center of the cage from throughout the start of this fight. He's outside right now.
Trying to work an inside trip, it looks like. He stepped in with his right foot. He just kind of got it posted there.
Does have underhooks on both sides. But it's a bit of a stall up against the cage.
You know, and if he wants that inside trip, as you saw, he was stepped in with his right foot. You got to get your right foot in, and you got to shoot it down to pull the guy's hips out from under him. And he just kind of had his leg, and then he's just kind of setting. I don't know if he was trying to set up a different takedown, but definitely wouldn't be the approach I would take on scoring that outside or that inside trip.
Pilo still controlling from the outside. Puggioni, there it was. Nice work there to get it to the floor. Puggioni takes a closed guard right away.
And this will be interesting because, as we saw with Puggioni's record, he has losses by submission, and he's on his back right now. So we'll see what changes he has made to his game to prevent himself from getting caught in a submission tonight.
Just past the halfway mark of the second round. Puggioni again with the closed guard underneath. Overhooking on the right side there.
You know, and one mistake he's making now is if you're against the fence, you don't want to close your guard when you got your head against the fence. Essentially, you are just keeping your head pinned against the fence in a bad position to inflict damage from the top man. So if I was him, if you're going to have your back against the fence, you got to open that guard up so you don't get yourself stuck.
Great point there. Pilo happy to enjoy that position, working in a few left hands when he can. A couple of rights there as well. There's a big shot.
You know, I hate to sound like a broken record player. Like I've said some of these previous fights tonight, these guys get stuck against the fence. You got to use it to walk up. You got to wall walk back to your feet.
Get the feet on the ground and start moving.
Especially for a guy like Puggioni. He is a striker. He should be working wall walks in his training camps. Right now, he should just be looking to just use that fence to stand up.
So Pilo cracking away now. Big shots. Look at these big left elbows coming in. Those were the best shots of the fight so far for him. Puggioni continues with that close. He opens it briefly, but then basically goes right back to the closed guard every time.
Yeah, like I said, that's just not what you want to do when you got a guy on top of you and you're against the fence. You cannot close your guard and let yourself get pinned. Pilo looking to get his knee between the legs and slice through on a pass. Puggioni shuts him down and gets his guard back.
Final minute of this second frame. It has been all Pilo.
Yeah, he is really battering him from the top position. The referee is definitely taking a close look to make sure Puggioni's still in the fight.
Puggioni's covering up well, but those shots are still getting through. They're adding up.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're taking a toll.
Puggioni just looks kind of lost right now.
I think the one problem he might be having is I think he might be trying to just wrap him up and get a stand-up. But you're not going to get it when you got your back against the fence like that. I mean, it's just he's making Pilo's job too easy for him.
Pilo trying to pick spots for those elbows.
Luca,
big punches there as well. Hammer fist. Final 10 seconds of the second round. Pilo's going to go for it.
Let's see it.
And that's it.
And the ref stops it with 10 seconds left.
Interesting. You know, it's one of those things where, and you can see Puggioni not happy with it, but Mike, he was just taking so many unanswered shots that I agree. Maybe those final shots weren't anything that was concussive in nature or a knockout blow, but I mean, if we went back and counted it up, I'm sure Fight Metric will have us a report any minute now of how many unanswered blows there were. It was just, I mean, you got to do something. You got to get out of that position.
Absolutely, and I think Puggioni just kind of heard the 10-second bell and kind of thought, you know, hey, I can get through this, I'll just cover up. No, you cannot do that. You have to defend yourself, whether it's the very beginning or the very end of the fight. You have got to defend yourself at all times. That's the common saying as a referee, defend yourself at all times, and Puggioni just wasn't getting it done in those last 10 seconds. I
mean, listen, that fight goes to a third round. I don't complain, but at the same time, I kind of understand. He was just in that position for far too long, and as you said, just stayed there and took shots. You can't do that. That doesn't count as intelligent defense.
Nope. Take it to the referee to make this official.
The referee has called the stoppage at 4 minutes and 55 seconds of the second round, declaring the winner by TKO, Danyel Pilo!
1-2, Puggioni disappointed, falls to 9-10-1. He's fun to watch, but when he gets on his back, he's got to find a way to get back up. No doubt about that. All right, stay tuned. We've got plenty more. Venator FC3.